So here what will happen now? Here what will happen now? This vendor, right? Using what is that? Using what is that URL plus what URI? We will get what URL now. So then what we will happen? What we will do it now, guys? Then we will use what REST template. Based on that REST template, what we will do it now? We will make the request to whom? This what microservices, and this microservices will return what? This microservices will return execute, and what will happen now? This microservices will return what? This microservices will return what? Response na? Come on.
Response. Yes, Ravi.
This,
Yes, request to response.
yeah, this microservices will return what? Response now, guys. Okay, response now. Okay, good. So after then what? After then what is the execution flow now, guys? So let's understand what is that. First, what will happen now? Just actually still I'm not talking about that API gateway, guys. Okay, intra communication client I'm talking about that here, right? One more, when I will introduce what gateway API, at the time what a load balancer client will little bit changes will come, because there what our API gateway will take care. Okay, so but now but in this time just understand what is that intra communication, what is that, how in a single project, what is that one microservices project communicating with what another microservices, right?
Yes, Ravi.
Yeah, so okay, good. So the request will come, but the request will come up from the outside to which controller now? Product product REST controller now, guys. Okay, product what? Product REST controller only will come. Okay, so after then what? This is what first request. Okay, this is what first step. Okay, first request will come. What? First request will come. Okay, after then what? First request will come. Okay, then what is that? This product controller will call what is that? Vendor REST controller, right? Vendor what? Vendor REST controller. This product will call what is that? Vendor REST controller, right? So this is what calling. This is what second will happen. What is that? This is the call, right? Call will happen. After then what? After then what? After then third step is what? Vendor REST control consumer, right? Vendor REST consumer will call what? Vendor REST consumer will call what is that? Find by ID, using what? This is here what? Find ID will call, right? This is find method will call, right? Using what is that? Service ID. Using what is that? Service ID. Using what? Service ID. What? Find method will call, right? Find method will call. After then what? After then this is what? Third step will happen. What? This is the third step. This is third step. After then what? After that this call will reach to whom? Eureka server, right? And after then it will fetch the instance, right? It will fetch the instance, and this one will return what? A single. Fourth step is what? Fourth step is what? One service ID. Service ID is nothing but, sorry, service instance. Service instance will return, right? One service instance will return. Last time what happened now? Last time what happening now, guys? Last time list of
List of service
instances.
instance.
Yeah, list of what? Services instances is returning, right? So after then what? The request what? Then instance will come to what? This vendor REST controller, right? This what? Consumer. Vendor what? REST consumer. After then what? So here only we will apply what? Load balancer, LBC, load balancer client. Here what is that? We will apply what? Load balancer client. Here we will apply load balancer client. Okay, so after then what? Fifth step, what will happen now? Fifth step, this what? This class, right? This what is that? This object will what? This object will give what? URI. Then we will fifth step, what is that? Fifth step we will read what? URI and what? And plus what? Plus what? This what? This consume, this provider path, this provider path,
Path.
this provider what? path, then what is that? This one will become what? URL na? Come on guys.
Yes, Ravi.
Then
Yes.
using that URL, we will use what? One client, REST client or fin client, any REST client or what? One more web client. Okay,
Test template, Ravi.
yeah, sorry, REST template what? Web client. Using what? We will make what? 6 step. What will happen now? 6 step will make the request and what is that? This what is that? This controller will execute and this one will return what? Response now guys. Okay, so then we will get what? Response, right? Then we will get what? Response. Okay, so one more things guys, last time. Let's open the application now guys. Okay, last application only I'm opening now. Just focus on this one, then we will develop what? New application guys. Okay, so here what we are doing now, service server, no need, this one we don't need, right? Let's open this one. Okay, so just I'm opening what? Property now. Just I'm opening what? Property here. Okay, so but here what? See this here, what is that? Using what? Using what? How I said that one time guys. Okay, just one more things. So just assume that here what? Only one instance is there. So for that what? Discovery client is what? Good na? At the time of what? Last time limitation when I was explaining, I covered this point now. Come on, anyone remember?
Yes, Ravi.
So okay, so here what? Vendor is there, right? So here what is that? But just assume what is that? Only in this time we are not going to one what? Only one what? Only one producer. Only one producer microservices. Here we will use what? 3 microservices. Okay, 3 microservices and multiple microservices. Then what? Then in this time if only one microservices is there, what I said that instance ID is not mandatory. Instance ID is what? Not mandatory now guys. Come on.
Not mandatory.
But if multiple microservices is there, then what? Instance ID is mandatory or not? Come on.
Yes, Ravi, mandatory.
In instance ID is what? Mandatory now. So what we will do now? We will what? Develop this application only guys. Okay, but what we will do now? We will run what? With what? Different port number, this same application only, right? Because it will take much time if we start to develop what? 3 to 4 same application only. So what we will do now? We will develop only one producer and we will run what? Same producer in what? Different port number. Then what will happen now? Then if the application is if application is running what? Different port number, then we can get the feel of what? Different applications feels we will get now. Come on.
Yes, Ravi.
Yeah, so okay, so we will run this application what? We will run this application 3 times. Okay, 3 times we will run what? 3 times same application. This application we will run what? 3 times. Then what is that? How many instance will be there now in the Eureka server now guys? 3 instance na?
Three instances.
3 instances. Okay, and we will no need. Okay, this application we will run only one time only, right? We will run what? Only one. If we run this application only one time, then how many instances is there? Only one instance na?
One. Yes, Ravi.
Instance. Only one instance, because we need to see that how our what load balancer is applying what load balancing concept, right? Load balancing concept where the less load factor will be there, what? Then that microservices will execute guys. Okay, then that microservices will execute, right? So but how the thing is, how we will understand what is that? How we will understand what our which microservices is executing, right? So means what? Every microservices, whenever we will run this microservices in different different port number, then what? One hexadecimal what? Based on that project, what? One hexadecimal number will what? Hexadecimal number will generate guys. Okay, based on that hexadecimal number we will what? Understand. For that purpose we will, but what is that? That hexadecimal, how, where that hexadecimal we will get? In the instance, whenever we will use what is that key, whenever we will use what? Instance ID key, then what will happen now? What that hexadecimal number will generate. But in the core Java also, let's first see that how UUID, anyone know that in core Java? At least anybody heard about this name?
Just heard that one, but no.
Okay, no worry about that, right? I will explain it. Okay, I'll explain it. So, but
Okay.
let's understand that key, right? So what is that key? So instance ID, right? So first we will give what is that service ID, right? Means what is this, what I given this name, this project name is what, service ID only na? Come on guys.
Yes, Ravi.
Using this what, using this is this property, what we are giving now, service ID or not? Come on yaar.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
Ravi.
Yes, yes.
okay, using this key, right? Using this key, what we are doing now, service ID we are giving, right? Service ID we are giving. So for that, but if we want to give what, if we want to give what is that instance ID, because we are planning to run what is that 3 instances na, so we need a service ID also na guys. Come on yaar.
Yes, Ravi.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm able to reach you now.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes, very well.
My explanation, everyone is understanding what I'm trying to what give you guys.
Yes.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes, everyone
Okay.
understand.
Okay guys, so this one only, because if anybody is not understanding, then my energy is waste now. So because of that, if anyone not understanding, please let me know that guys. Okay, I will come to your level only. So the request and but the current discussion only, right? Because the current discussion based on our last discussion only, but the request is please prepare well last session, then you guys will understand, right? So
Yes, Ravi.
because I'm putting my 100% to explain at the time of explaining this one. Okay, maybe the people can guess also, right? My what effort in the session.
Yes, sir. We are understanding.
Yeah, so if anybody is not understanding, please let me know that guys. Okay, please let me know that. I will talk that person and I will understand that person mindset, then based on that person mindset I will start to explaining, right? So just only one things guys. Okay, so whoever they are, right, I don't bother about to what see boss in the life, what how many people know, right? That is not matter, but whoever they are with us, right? If we are, if everyone is successful and if we are helping to each other, that is also matter na. So here see Ravikant Tripathi, so many people are know that, right? But see in the session 15 member, but it's our responsibility to take care these 15 members now, because this I don't know how much they have believe on me. So because of that they are joining the session, and if still I'm not reachable to those people, then this is the my fault na guys. Yeah, so
Yeah.
if
We,
yeah, so the request is what, the request is what, anywhere if anybody is not understanding, feel free guys. Okay, feel free. I'm not like what we can say that terrorist na, I will take the gun and I will shoot out, right? No, I'm also human.
No,
yeah.
no.
So I'm also human, and even I'm a too much. If anybody meet me personally, right, then the people will think about me, which kind of is a person, right? Even I'm too much down to earth person, right? So just feel free, and whatever your problem is there, tell to me. Definitely I will clarify those doubt and problem also. But the thing is in not working day guys. Okay, because so many people are started to disturbing me in what working day also, right? So in the working day I can't, but the Saturday Sunday I will give full of my time guys. Okay, full of my time to what, help the people. So okay, let's start that now. Okay, so now let's start the session guys. Okay, so
Okay.
in this is what instance ID na, is in this is what instance ID, right? Service ID, sorry. Yeah, this is what service ID na. Come on guys, this is what service ID. But what is that?
Service ID.
But how we can give what, our project instance ID name, how we can, what is the key now guys, what is the key now, let's give, right? Let's give. So for that I hope the people are remember last time I was explaining, right? What is that? Eureka
Eureka.client.
Eureka dot instance. I hope the people are remember instance. instance dot
Dot
what?
instance ID.
Yeah,
Instance
instance
ID.
dot, yeah, instance id, right? Instance what? Instance id, right? So here what is that? We can give what is that, this, what is that, this name also, right? We can give what here, this name, same name also, right? Because this one, this what, instance id is what? Instance id is what? It's taking what? String input, guys. Okay, string input. But what is that? At that runtime, this one will become what? Hard coded, right? Okay, this one will become what? Hard coded. And the real time, the people are not using this one. Then what the real time people are using now? Here, no, we want to generate what? We want to generate what? Instance id as what? Dynamically, right? Dynamically we want to generate what? Instance id as what? Dynamically. Then what we will use? What? Curly bracket, open bracket, and yeah. And what we will do it now, guys? We will give what? This property, this service id inside this one, what? Here. Then what will happen now? This one will become what? Here, dynamic. This one will become what? Our application will make this one as what? Dynamic. And what this project is what? Based on that, what? This project, some port number is there where the project is running now. So for that, some protocol also will be there now, because everyone, see boss, every computer having some what? IP address now. Come on.
Yes.
Yes, Ravi.
Same like what? Some project also some, what is that, data will be there or not, guys? In which port number, in which, what is that? That will generate based on that, what? That one will generate based on that,
Yes.
what?
Yes.
When what? UUID, right?
Yes.
Project, what is that information? In which port number, what is the things is there? Those memory, somewhere one memory will generate, right? In that memory, what is that? If we want to generate, what is that? Hexadecimal number of what? Our project. For that, what is that? We will use what? Dollar value, dollar what? Dollar random. Random one number will generate. What is that? Random. I'm correct. Yeah, random.
RAND.
Random, right? Correct spelling.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Value, right? Random dot what? Value. This one will generate what? That random value, right? This one will generate what? That random value. And internally one class, this random one will use what? 1 minute, I'll show that one also. 1 minute, I'll open it. API, I'm trying to open it. I will show that, right? What is the returning this one? Okay, so this is the instance ID. One minute, I will show it, right? Based on this one, right? Based on this key, what we will do it now, guys? Based on, actually, you know why this one is not working? Because we need to add what? One dependency. I will show that. Okay, because I will create with that project now. Just understand this key, right? Key, because in this time we are using what? Discovery now. But next project is what? We will create based on that, what? Load balancer client. Then that this key will work, guys. Okay.
Balance.
Yeah, so fine. So here, what is that? Using what? But like this we will write what? Then what will happen now? Our what? Our project instances will generate here what? Randomly. So this like this in the real time, they are what? They are generating, what is that? They are specifying the microservices in what? Instances, guys. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
So now clear why we are using what? Now clear why we are using load balancer client now, guys. Come on. Now clear why we are using the load balancer client.
Yeah, to bring that
It's to
particular.
bring single instance for this.
Yes.
Ravi, so in each
Yes.
instance we have to create the ID like this. if we create like
No,
10
no.
number of instances for
Yeah,
vendor
if
rest
we can
controller.
we can write hard code also, but that is not good approach. So what we will use it now, we will use like this. Then what will happen, all microservices, what is that, id will generate dynamically, no need to write explicitly.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
still
Got it.
doubt?
No, no, no.
Okay, no, if any doubt is there, Padma, it will clear at the time of doing the practical. Okay, I will clarify your doubt again,
Okay.
because yeah. So
Okay.
okay, so now here what is using what load balancer, what we are doing now, load balancer client, load balancer client, load balancer client concept, what is that concept, using at what, consumer, right, consumer, consumer using what, consumer microservices, right, consumer microservices to what, to fetch, to fetch what, to fetch what, one instance na guys, come on, one instance of what, one instance of what, producer, producer, producer application, right, producer application. So it it is what, it is not named as what, client, it is named as what, client, client side is nothing but what, consumer side, consumer side, consumer side, consumer side what, load balancer client, load balancer client. Now guys, okay, so now we seen that at the time of what, understanding what, at the time of what, understanding what, discovery client, right, where that discovery client, now guys 1 minute, so I want to show that one also, right. So we, when we are going to design that application, so we seen that, right, how we are auto wiring in the consumer, right, consumer application, discovery client, right, like this. Then what will happen now, this one is fetching the instances and this one is returning now, but this one is returning what, list of what, in instances, and from there using what is that, get method, what we are doing now, we are fetching the one instance na, come on.
Yes, Ravi.
Now in this
Yes,
time,
Ravi.
in this time what will happen now, this one will not come in the picture. Whenever we will use what, a load balancer client, these things will not come in the picture. Come on, clear guys?
Yes, Ravi.
Yes.
Okay, so now what is the picture now, what is the picture to fetching the instances, this one let's design again based on that what, load balancer, let's design this area based on that what, load balancer client, right, load balancer client. Okay, so okay, so what is the coding step guys? Okay, vendor rest consumer, right, let's design what, vendor rest consumer, we are entering in the coding guys, focus it, we are going to enter in what, we are going to enter in what, coding part, right, coding part. Okay, so okay, good. So here what is that, so just what is that, this is what, our Eureka server guys. Okay, this is our what, Eureka server now. Okay, good. So this is what, Eureka server. Okay, let's design what, in the circle, our Eureka server, right, this is what, our Eureka server. Good. So here what is that, our instance is running, what, our instance is information is there, Eureka server, right, this is what, Eureka server. Good. This is what, Eureka server. Okay, so here what, here what, here consumer, right, here what, here our what, vendor rest consumer is there na, here what, vendor rest consumer is there. So in that vendor rest consumer, what we will do it now, first step we will do it what, auto wiring, auto wiring, right, yeah, auto wired, let's take the actual name, auto add. What is that? Which client we will auto add in this time now, guys? Load what? Load balance.
Load balancer client.
Load balancer what? Client. Load balancer client. This is what? This is the interface, guys. Okay, this is the interface. Now what will happen now? Next what will happen now? This one will make the call, right? This one will make the call to whom? Eureka server. This one will make the call what? Eureka server, right? Eureka server. From the Eureka server, what will happen now? Instances is there. This one will what? Select one instance, right? This client will what? Select, this client will select what? One instance. And what will happen now? Here choose, right? Here choosing one instance. Choose what? Choose service ID. Here we will select what? Service ID. Service ID, right? Service ID. Then what is that? This one will return what? This one will return what? Instance. Service instance, right? This one will return what? Service instance. Here what is the returning now? Service instance. Every time, right? Every time service instance will what? Different, guys. Okay, every here what? Every time different what? Different service instance. Service instance. Different service instance every time. What? Because what is that? Our provider application is multiple now. So every time what? Our what? Instance is different now, guys. Okay, so here what? Next what is that? Here what we will get it now, guys? We will get the service instance now. Come on, yaar. Because single instance we are getting, right?
Yes, Ravi.
So here we will get what? Service instance. Here we will get what? Service instance. From the service instance, what we will read it now, guys? What we will read it now? We will read the URL, URI na. Come on.
Yes,
We will read what? URI. We will read what? URI. Good. If this diagram is there, then easily the people will what? People will develop what? Our what? Load balancer client code, guys. Okay, because of that I'm explaining this diagram. Okay, so here what we are reading now? What we are reading now, guys? Read what? URI. URI, right? URI. Okay. Read what? URI. After then what we will do now? After reading that what URI, what we will add it now, guys? We will add the path now. Come on.
Path. Yes, sir.
We will add what? Path, right? We will add what? Path. Add what? Path, right? Path. Then what is that? Then what we will get it now? After adding the path, what we will get it now, guys? URL we will get or not?
URL.
We will get URL.
Yes, sir.
We will get what? URL. Okay, after
URL.
After getting that URL, we will use what? REST template.
REST template.
REST template, right?
Yes,
REST
sir.
template. This is what? Class. REST template. And using this REST template, what we will do it now, guys? What we will do it now? We will make the call to whom? This what?
We will
Producer. This producer
vendor REST
application.
controller.
Yeah. I
hope,
I hope the people are getting based on this what diagram explanation. Now we
Yes,
are
sir.
going to enter in what? Based on this explanation only, what we will do it now, guys? We will do the programming. We
Practical.
will do yeah. So now our practical is going to start. But one more, let's understand what one core Java concept, guys. Okay, let's understand what, because I said that UUID, right? UUID.
Yes,
Anyone know that what is the full form of what UUID?
no, Ravi.
Anyone?
No, Ravi. No idea.
See this, guys. Universal, it will show.
UUI.
Universal unique identifier.
Very good, very good. Even I given the clue, then yeah, very nice. Okay, this one only, right? Okay, so now let's understand now in the core Java only, right? In here, here only what I'm going to do now, I'm going to open it, right? I'm going to open this one, right? Here only I'm taking one class, normal core Java class I'm writing, guys. Okay, new, I'm taking what? One class, right? With the main method. I'm taking the main method also, just a test. Okay, test I'm taking here. What I'm doing now, I'm taking what? UUID, right? UUID, what is the return type, and our UUID, what is the returning and which kind of, okay, one hexadecimal number. This one will return what? This one UUID will generate what? Hexadecimal. It is introduced in what? Java 1.5 only, right? 1.5 only. So let's UUID, right? Now control shift O, util class only. This one is there in what? Control shift O. Okay, so now random, let's take one more method is there, random, right? Random here. Okay, so okay, now we will convert what? To string also, right? To string. And let's see that. Okay, let's see that it will return what? One random what? Hexadecimal number, guys. Okay, hexadecimal number. So based on this one only, we will understand what? Our project ID. And internally our what? Instance ID also will use what? Will use what? UUID only, right? To generate what? To generate what? Universal code of what? Project. Universal code of what? Project. So now string, yes. Okay, and this one will change every time, guys. Okay, this one will, 1 minute. Now yes, I'm printing now. Okay, so just what I'm doing now, just I'm running this one. See this, this is the what? Hexadecimal number now, guys. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes, sir.
Last time B8D is there. 1 minute. See this, every time this one is changing or not, guys. Come on, observe it. 1 minute. Copy. I'm copying
Yes,
this.
Ravi.
I'm copying this one. 1 minute, guys. Based on this one only, our load balancer is working, guys. Okay, because of that, I'm opening now Notepad, right? Now in this time, what is the code? This is right. Now again, I'm running the same application. Now see this, guys. Now in this time again, I'm copying this one and see this, it's change or not? Both are the same change, guys.
Different, Ravi.
Different, right? Both are the different or not? How many time you will run, right? Those many time, what is that? This what? This code will change. Okay, so same like to generate what? Instance ID also, our load balancer is using what? UUID only, guys. Clear?
Yes, Ravi.
Yes, sir.
Okay, clear na?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Ravi.
Okay, good. So let's start our what? Coding part now, guys. Let's start what? Our coding part now. So first what we will do now, let's create what? Eureka application, right? Let's create what? Eureka application, right? So what I'm going to do now, just practice this. Forget about this application, last application now, guys. Okay, I'm going to create front of you only new application, right? Front of you only, I'm going to create what? New application. Shall I delete this 3 application or can I take in the here only? Choice is yours, guys. If there is
Create.
Yes, Ravi. Yeah, can create new.
in a new workspace or here only.
This one.
Okay, no
Here
issue.
only.
Let's create a new project, right? So but whenever we are working in microservices, just only one things, guys. Minimum we need what? 3 application. Minimum we need what? Right? 3 application. Then our what? Our microservices application will work, right?
Yes, Ravi.
Okay, so now okay, let's give what? Another name. What? Spring Cloud Load Balancer Eureka. We will give what is that? First what we will create now, guys. Let's create one project, right? Let's create what? One project now. Okay, is Spring Starter. Select Spring what? Starter. now here let's write also right here, because coding part if I write, and I will share this document to you people on the Facebook today, right guys? In this weekend just prepare this one, okay? Prepare this one, okay? Because it's a need whenever I will introduce what API gateway at that time. It's a very important these things, guys, okay? Because of that we are putting much time here, right? So okay, now full what? Full code. Let's write what? Full code. Good. So here what is that? First what we will do it now, let's work on what? Eureka server, right? First what is that? We will do the coding. What is that? In Eureka server, right? Eureka server, guys. Okay, so let's give what is that? What is the name of what our project? Let's give some name will be what? Spring cloud spring cloud Spring Cloud Load Balancer, LBC. Load Balancer, what? Eureka, right? Eureka. Okay, so good. So now let's what see that what is the dependency, which kind of dependency will be there now, guys? What kind of dependency will be there now? Dependency will be, we will select dependency Eureka discovery,
Eureka server.
Eureka discovery client, Eureka discovery client, and what? Web client here. Don't worry, because if we are working in what? If we are working in load balancer client also, but still we need what? Eureka discovery client, because what is
Discovery
that?
client.
Because where our what is that instance is storing now? Eureka server, right? And what is that? All Eureka server related required dependencies there in which dependency now? In which dependency? Eureka
Discovery client.
Discovery client.
Clear?
Yes,
Yeah.
Ravi.
Clear now, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Ravi.
Okay, so now let's what? Let's create that what? That application. So now here let's give what is that? Let's give the name of what? Spring what? Spring Cloud Spring Cloud Load LBC Eureka, right? This is the name we are giving, right? After then what? After then let's next. Then what is the dependency now, guys? Eureka discovery client, and what?
Discovery client.
And which kind?
Spring
Web
Web.
na?
Spring Web.
Spring Web. Good. Now next, now finish. It's creating now, guys. Wait. How much time is taking to creating the project?